Now let me get in Rohan quickly before Rami and Bharti also comes in here. Rohan, you've heard this defense that has come in from Asif. Can you tell me one good reason why the Congress and the Trinamool can continue to be doing business together? Will you take a position or not? You'll have to unmute yourself, Rohan. No, I'm not able to hear Rohan. We'll just get him back. Rami, you've heard this entire conversation. Not the first time that you're on a show like this. I mean, what should we do? Should women just be put in a cage somewhere, ensure that they do not even step out of their homes? Because, you know, even homes at times are not safe places for women. So what should women do?
Good evening, Deepthi. Let me just say this at the outset that yours is the first show I've come to talk about this horror that we see unfolding in West Bengal, because every other month there seems to be a horror unfolding there. And, women feel really helpless sitting outside of Bengal, not being able to do anything because, if you say anything, there are TMC MPs like this gentleman who was defending this situation and giving some random quotes that, there is one rape every 7 seconds. No, the problem is when there are things like Sandesh Khali, when there are TMC MPs who are saying, if anything is said against the Chief Minister, we will break your fingers. If there are people like Arup Chakrabarti who are issuing warnings to protesting doctors, I believe that we have a situation on our hands which means that it is institutionalized. And if it's institutionalized and if this sort of crime is systematic, if it isn't the mentality that is being defended, we have a very big problem on our hands, And I don't think this is surprising because the kind of idol worship that is going on in West Bengal, whether it is because of fear or because of blind loyalty, I don't think these sort of situations are going to abate anytime soon. I think, it's come to a point where if the gentleman, hardly a gentleman, but the criminal who was caught belonged to some civic police force, then let me also tell this gentleman who was defending the situation before me that probably people aren't even reporting cases, and that's why the numbers aren't as staggering to him as they should be.
Rami, it's not even about numbers. It's not about how many rapes in a BJP-ruled state versus how many rapes in an opposition-ruled state. That is the prism that netas want to put out the entire story as, not citizens. And a lot of people that we have spoken to, at least over the last 10 days, Rohan, have raised questions on a lot of politicians now. They say the very fact that a Rahul Gandhi wakes up, at least 5 days later, Rohan, to respond, and even in that tweet he does not mention Mamata Banerjee. What about now? If the body is cremated hurriedly, the family was not present, Rohan, there, what happens?
Dipti, not even for a single moment here, the Congress is defending Mamata Banerjee or anybody in the TMC. Let's put this on record. I've come to your show before and I've said this. Even the day when Priyanka ji tweeted, and listen, it's not about tweets. Let's be specific out here. We've seen a report from the ex-vice principal of this Arjikar Medical College about Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, that he was, involved in a lot of irregularities, corruption. This man shouldn't have been in duty in the first place in that hospital, first of all. The night this incident occurred, he or his people who were in charge should have been the ones to call the police. They shouldn't have, first of all, made it an unnatural case in the first place. The Kolkata police commissioner who was there, who has failed in his duties, who has failed the parents. And let's put this into record that this is not about my rape versus your rape. It is about Bengal. It is about what has happened in the state where the people who were responsible has failed the victims.
So what is the Congress doing, Rohan?
Mamata Banerjee,
Rohan, I appreciate that you are calling out the Trinamool, without mentioning Mamata Banerjee. But what is the Congress going to do? Will Rahul Gandhi go and visit the victim's family?
Dipti, let me just answer you. When Mamata Banerjee and her, women MPs talk about issues about women, they speak so amazingly in Parliament about women's safety. When they make it about law and order, so it's a political issue now because they have failed a woman, they have failed the law and order situation. We've seen what has happened in Arjikar even after the case was transferred to CBI when the Kolkata police failed to stop the hoodlums. They entered and vandalized. We saw what happened yesterday when the match, a derby, which is the part of our culture, that match was cancelled. Why? The Kolkata police force has completely failed and they have compromised and they have lost their confidence.
So Rohan,
So
can
they need a
Mamata
new leader.
continue as the chief minister?
No. So, see, 2021, the people of Bengal gave the Trinamool a mandate to be in government for the next 5 years. Who are we to say that we are not going to...
No, I don't understand.
No,
you will condemn her, but you fall short of saying Mamata needs to resign. Rohan, who are these people who are out on the streets? These are the same citizens, the same women that has supported Mamata Banerjee for years and years together.
We haven't, Dipti, this is the point. From 2012, the Congress in Bengal haven't been with the TMC. Please get your facts right. There have been people who are now today in BJP.
You can't have another strategy in Bengal and another strategy when it comes to a pan-India approach, Rohan. That is the problem. Because in Bengal, you know that you are fighting Mamata Banerjee, so you will allow that criticism, but on a national scale, because the India is united, so you will stay united and not mention Mamata Banerjee. That won't work.